can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
All right, my Friday goal of giving you a 5-star show is already not going to happen. Happy Friday. It's the 12th day of May, 2023. I'm Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Sunshine, a lot of it, 52 degrees. Very pleasant day yesterday. We start ticking into the warmish side of things today. We'll be in the lower 80s for the afternoon high, and then we really kick up the old thermometer. Coming up over the weekend, it's going to be warm, it's going to be dry, it's going to be windy at times. I have a feeling we're going to start seeing the super green and vibrant foothills full of the wildflowers, and the super green grass is going to start drying out pretty quick. Going to be warm. Forecast details are coming up. Also quite windy over Mother's Day weekend. And that reminds me to all you mothers out there on Sunday, happy birthday for Mother's Day. Forecast details are coming up. We got some news to get to. Sports, very exciting, emotional match last night in East Wenatchee between the Wildcats and the Panthers for the District 6 4A Boys Soccer Champion. Spoiler alert, one of those 2 teams won. We'll have highlights of that. The Kraken, their backs are up against the proverbial wall. They lost Game 5 last night in Dallas, so it's back to Climate Pledge Arena tomorrow in a must-win situation. If they want to keep their season alive, we'll have highlights of that. Seahawks schedule is out. Who do they play? When do they play? And we'll get you know how they'll play. We won't know until they actually play the games. In the back half of the program, Erica Moshi joins me once again. We love Erica. We love the work she does, too, from the Brave Warrior Project. Haven't been to their new campus yet on the north side of town. And, boy, it's so much better than what they used to have in downtown Wenatchee. And they have a big fundraiser coming up 1 week from tomorrow on May 21st, the Superhero Walk, to benefit the folks at the Brave Warrior Project. Erica Moshi, good friend of ours, will be my guest in the back half of the program, and the usual shenanigans apply. Let's get going with our tour around the valley and enjoy this view while you can of all the green hills because they're already starting to dry out a little bit, starting getting a little brown as the sunshine is being more prevalent, longer days. We got 14 hours and 59 minutes of daylight. Probably could have rounded it up to 15 hours of daylight. Didn't. Sunrise this morning was a 5:28, sunset tonight at 8:27. We hit 77 degrees yesterday. We'll be about 5 degrees warmer than that today and about 5 degrees warmer than that tomorrow. Going to start warming up, but a beautiful view from our Wenatchee Heights camera, giving East Wenatchee most of the love this morning, and they deserve it. Kashmir checks in on this Friday morning from high atop Hay Canyon, named after, of course, the Kashmir pioneer Jerry Canyon. And by the way, the Wenatchee River has gone down quite a bit because we've had the cool weather. It's gone down about 4 feet where the Wenatchee River flows through the Monitor area. They have a measuring device there. It's down about 4 feet from this same time last week, but it's going to go right back up again in a rather dramatic way, so heads up on that. So on the Aniat, too, will be going up quite a bit in our local areas as the snow melt and higher elevations will continue. Good morning to Kashmir. Speaking of Lake Aniat, there's Lake Aniat. There you go. It's high. It's up there quite a bit. Good morning to our friends at Lake Aniat. That was the trade-off when they built the Rocky Reach Dam in the early 60s. And of course, by building the dam, it buried in water the original town of Aniat. So they moved the whole town of Aniat to higher ground. And in exchange for that, they just named the reservoir behind the dam Lake Aniat. I don't know if that was a fair trade or not. Snow continues to melt way off in the distance at Mission Ridge and up Clockham Way. And finally, Bill E. Goat checks in. Beautiful view there. Methow flowing into the Columbia. There's Alta Lake down there. By the way, and a quick heads up, and I don't want to gild lilies. I try not to do that, but it makes perfect sense. It's going to be a very warm weekend, borderline hot by Sunday and Monday and Tuesday, and that's going to attract people to the water because the air is going to be warm, but the water is cold. And it doesn't take you very long to jump into cold water and get into some trouble. I just saw that because Alta Lake has a lot of boats, a lot of docks there. So here's a little reminder from the National Weather Service. Use common sense. If you're going to go out in the water today, and Lake Chelan is getting full, they're filling up Lake Chelan rather rapidly now. It's a bad combination. Warm air, cold water, looks so inviting, but you got to keep an eye out. Just, use a little common sense. My guess is there'll be quite a number of boats out and about for this early summer weather, even though it's the middle of May. So just use a little common sense. The last thing I want to report on Monday when we get back to work is people getting into trouble by jumping into the cold, swift water of area rivers or streams or even into the lakes, and they find themselves in over the head. So, yeah, I don't want to do that. So mind your P's and Q's. From the National Weather Service, lots of sunshine today, very little wind, just about downright perfect. 83 our high, so we'll be warmer than we were yesterday with a high of 77. 56 for the overnight low. Here comes the wind. Going to be quite windy on Saturday and Sunday, for that matter. It's going to be windy pretty much for that whole 48-hour period over the weekend, and warmer still with a high of 88 on Saturday. As far as the wind is concerned, it'll start out west wind, then it's become an east wind, and we'll see pretty sustained winds at about 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusts higher than that in some locations. It's going to be breezy Saturday night, 59 for the overnight low. Continued windy on Mother's Day on Sunday, especially in the afternoon. We're talking sustained winds of about 20 miles an hour on Sunday with a high of 88. Monday, we get into the 90s, 3 straight days of the 90s. And this baby, this high ridge of high pressure, which right now is centered right over the Montana-Alberta border, is just going to sit there. It ain't going anywhere. And they're talking record high temperatures coming up in Edmonton and all those places, because that's the center of the high pressure ridge. We're on the edge of it, but it's still a huge ridge of high pressure. So get ready for breezy and warm conditions over the weekend, and then just plain hot by the time we get to the next week, starting Monday. All right, 6 minutes after the hour, grab a cup of coffee and come back and join me in 2 minutes. I'll have your headlines. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
I chose a career at Confluence South because I wanted to help people, and I knew there would be opportunities for growth. I started as a medical assistant, but quickly advanced in my career. I received 5 promotions in only 7 years, 3 of those in management roles. Most organizations don't offer that type of growth. Now, as a career pathway coordinator, I let everyone know. Come join Confluence South. Come grow with us.
Get ready for your Memorial Day camping experience at Click It RV Moses Lake. We've got the lowest price on any RVs in the Pacific Northwest, featuring Grand Design and Flagstaff, and including Solitude, Momentum Toy Haulers, Reflection, Imagine, and Transcend. It's Click It RV's on-site pricing sale, May 4th to the 14th. Click It RV is offering an exclusive 4.99% interest, plus receive a Furman 3600-watt generator with every purchase. So don't miss the on-site pricing sale right here at your neighborhood Click It RV on Frontage Road.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled out the new line of custom e-bikes. They have 3-way adjustable folding e-bikes and full-size mountain e-bikes. Pedal assist and a throttle makes them a perfect fit for any rider. Green Motion e-bikes, located in the Mills Brothers building.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino has the best Vegas-style games in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy yourself and discover the nightly action. Win big and meet new friends at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino.
52 degrees, sunshine for everybody today. We'll be in the lower 80s and the upper 80s. By the time we get to Saturday, close to 90. For Mother's Day, quite a bit of wind this weekend. It's 9 minutes after the hour. The Washington Court of Appeals says a Chelan County judge abused her discretion in the trial of a man who attacked and strangled a Wenatchee motel worker back in 2021. However, the court refused to overturn the conviction of James Lawrence Jackson Smith. He's now serving 18 years in prison. In their decision, the appeals court says that Superior Court Judge Kristen Ferreira should not have allowed a recorded phone conversation from the Chelan County Jail to be heard by the jury. Now, in that call to his mother, Jackson Smith used vulgar language to describe the victim and said he hoped somebody would kill her. The higher court says the recording was not relevant to the charges and Ferreira should have excluded it from the evidence. However, the recording did not prejudice the jury, which acquitted Jackson Smith of attempted murder but convicted him of first-degree assault and kidnapping. He's still in custody at the Airway Heights Corrections Center. A 74-year-old Arundel man pled guilty on Wednesday to reckless endangerment for firing a gun in an ongoing dispute with workers at a nearby orchard. Last September, Stephen Newton Stannard came out of his home on Arundel Point Lane while a worker was mowing grass nearby and fired 2 shots from a .22 caliber handgun into the air. Stannard was originally charged in Douglas County Court with felony second-degree assault plus reckless endangerment and discharging a firearm. Prosecutors agreed to drop the assault count if Stannard pled guilty to the 2 gross misdemeanor charges, citing his age and his lack of a criminal history. Judge Brian Huber imposed a suspended sentence with 2 years probation and $500 in court costs. Stannard must also surrender all of his firearms while he's on probation. A meet and greet is going to be held next week for the new president of Wenatchee Valley College, Famous Harrison. It's an informal drop-in event. It's going to be held at the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce downtown, and the no-host tasting room will be open. Attendees will have the opportunity to talk with Harrison, who began his role back in January. He joined Wenatchee Valley College with 32 years of higher education and was most recently the dean of California State University Stanislaus Stockton. The event will be held next Friday, May 19th, from 4 to 6 p.m. The Wenatchee Pride Festival is back. It's coming in early June. The festival is put on by the nonprofit Wenatchee Pride. It'll bring live entertainment, vendors, food trucks, and a beer garden to Memorial Park downtown. Last year, approximately 4,000 people attended the festivities. Now, vendor applications, if you want to be a vendor, that application closes today at noon. So get on it, and volunteer applications are still available. You can find all the information at the Wenatchee Pride website. The Pride Festival, Saturday, June 3rd from 11 to 9. And speaking of festivals, even though the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is in the books, there's still Apple Blossom events going on, including this weekend. It's the 14th annual Two Rivers Medieval Fair. Starts at 10 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be held at the Chelan County Expo Center out in Cashmere. Lords and ladies will escort visitors back to the days of yore. NCW Life spoke to the festival organizers about all the goings-on this weekend.
My name is Carl Knowles. I am the volunteer coordinator for the Two Rivers Medieval Fair, and I coordinate volunteers. We started in 2007 at Wenatchee Valley College, and then when they said we couldn't have horses on the soccer field, we said, okay, we'll find somewhere else then. So in 2017 was our first year here, and we've been able to have the Seattle Knights come and do jousting in our big beautiful arena area. When we were at Wenatchee Valley College, it was the Medieval Mayhem Club, and that was Carrie Erickson, who is the owner of Wenatchee School of Karate, and she was the faculty advisor for the club, and I was there the first year that we did everything. So I've been with the fair almost every year, except for I missed a year for school, and I missed a year or two because I moved to Florida and worked for Disney World. You can expect everything from people dressed as pirates and fairies to people wandering around in full, almost fur character outfits. We have some people that show up dressed in full fox, or I think last year we had someone dressed as a frog with an axe. We have everybody from peasant level garb all the way up to this year we have, for the first time, a visiting royal court of, if I remember correctly, Her Majesty Mary, Queen of Scots, and her retinue are going to be here. So they will be participating in the joust by cheering on their specific team, most likely Scotland. Basically, if you hear someone yell, "God save the Queen," or "Make way for the Queen," might want to get out of the way. We also have a sort of performer named Wilhelm who does a Viking shield wall, which is really fun for the kids to come and interact with. Goods Company also puts on, I believe, a musket firing show demonstration. So there's a lot of stuff going on. We've got, let's see here, 40-ish vendors this year. There's everything from pottery, soap, candles, leather goods, drinking horns, swords, pirate hats, pretty much anything you can think of to accessorize yourself for a weekend at the Renaissance Fair. Hopefully with as much as we had going on last year and as much as we have this year, with more marketing, more advertising, us walking in the parade last weekend, hopefully we'll hit, a good 2,500. It'd be nice to hit 3,000, but we'll see what happens. Adults and teens 13 and up, $10. If you buy the entire weekend pass for Saturday and Sunday, it's $18. Children 6 to 12 and seniors 65 and up are at a whole $7. And then we have a weekend pass for them, which is $13. And then a family, which is 2 adults and 2 children, or more, I believe we cover, is $30, and then a weekend is $55. And if you have any kids that are under 5, they get in free. And we do kids activities all throughout the weekend. We have a dragon egg hunt that they can go around and the vendors hide dragon eggs somewhere in their booth. So it's sort of like a Where's Waldo, but medieval themed.
No lack of things to do this weekend, that's for sure. And Mother Nature is going to participate as well, except for the wind, of course. That's what's making news on this Friday. We'll be right back at it again at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Eric is taking a well-deserved 3-day vacation. I'll be handling sports, so you don't want to miss the news tonight because you're going to see a train wreck. And if you can't watch the news on television at 5, 6, and 10, you can always watch it via the World Wide Web on our YouTube page, on our Facebook page, and on our homepage. And if something out there warrants our attention, get a hold of us. Look at the bottom of your screen. Kraken hockey, high school soccer, Seahawks football. We're going to talk about it all in sports in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Well, looks like our surgery patient is feeling better today.
Yep, I didn't need any oxy today. I thought I'd do a little surgery on the drain.
Huh. Do you need your pain pills anymore?
No.
Well, we should get them out of the house. There are places to drop them off.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I can do that right now.
And I will look at the drain.
Prevent opioid misuse. Find safe medication return options near you at med-project.org.
What's the best way to attract a wide variety of beautiful birds to your backyard? By offering the birds the right foods in expertly designed bird feeders from Wild Birds Unlimited. Whether you've been feeding the birds for a while or are just getting started, let our backyard bird feeding specialists show you how to add a little joy to your life and make nature a part of every day. Shop now for exclusive bird foods, feeders, hardware, and more. Wild Birds Unlimited. Products designed by experts. Trusted local advice.
In 1963, Coastal opened its doors. 60 years later, we have you to thank for our continued success, and we're still proud to be just what your country needs.
Today, you'll find everything from pants and boots to fencing, feed, and more. From brands you know and trust like Carhartt, Wrangler, Ariat, Georgia Boot, DeWalt, and Quadrifire. Join the celebration. Stop by, scan the QR code, or enter online to win big prizes. Visit Coastal today or find us online at coastalcountry.com.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
18 minutes after the hour, the Seattle Kraken come home tomorrow night in a must-win situation. They lost to Dallas 5-2 last night, and for the second game in a row, Dallas grabbed an early lead from Seattle. That means the Kraken had to play catch-up, and that's not the way you want to do it. Dallas made it 2-0, 35 seconds into the second period. Adam Larson finally scoring for Seattle.
For the Stars, that big hat trick, Game 7 of the second round series they played. Jordan Eberle cutting to the middle, looking across. Score! Adam Larson has Seattle on the board. Wow, Yanni Gord right back in with McCann on right wing. McCann pulls up, fire, scores! They have been tipped on the way. Dunn lets it go through. Robertson able to get there. Centering pass. Hits. Scores! But now they wave it off. The light went on. The crowd celebrated. But the goal was not to be, and we play on.
Here's the look at the battle down low. Robertson puts it in front. The rebound and just bar down. Pavelski with the effort to make sure he gets the puck across. Hintz just gets it in front of Grubauer. Beautiful, look at that.
After reviewing the play, it was determined that the puck completely crossed the goal line. We have a goal.
He's got McCann out there, who he's used a lot tonight. Certainly McCann, what an adjustment for him from his first game back.
And the crowd rises to its feet as the Stars put it in the empty nets. And the Stars are now one victory away from reaching the Western Conference Final.
Coach Dave Haxtell said he thought that the Kraken matched the Stars' energy early on, but the Stars took advantage of the opportunities that they were given.
You know, we gave them the opportunities that they had were, you know, on the first one is just a, you know, it's a quick play that we kind of stab at, and instead of, you know, being able to kind of take command of a puck and make a play on that, that's the first pass out goal, and then, you know, the second one off of transition quick. So we had a solid start overall to, you know, to the hockey game, to the first period. We found ourselves in a 2-0 hole, and that's, you know, you look at this team and overall through the difference of the hockey game, pretty close, pretty tight hockey game. You know, we've got to be a little more patient, so that we're not giving up a couple of the transition plays that we did. And, you know, we're going to have to be a little harder to generate a little bit more at the other end of the rink. I thought they did a really good job tonight of making it hard to get inside and hard to get to their net. I thought they did, you know, they were good in that area tonight.
Kraken found themselves in a multiple goal deficit early on, and Adam Larson says when that happens, it's hard to win.
It's hard this time of the year to come back with 2 goals. They're a veteran team too, so those timely goals it's been costly for us. I don't know. I mean, we're just going to keep finding a way to keep those out of the net and try to keep pushing forward to score one and tie the game up. So that probably cost us the game tonight.
So the Stars have a 3-2 lead. Game 6 in Seattle Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock on ESPN. Mariners are in the Motor City. It's a weekend series. They'll get going this afternoon at 3:40. Seattle comes into the game. Let's see, they're a game under 500. They're 18-19. The Tigers are 17-19. Marco Gonzalez toes the rubble for the Mariners. He's 2-0 with a 4.70 ERA. And Matthew Boyd, who's 2-2 with a 5.28 ERA, will pitch for Detroit. You can watch today's action on Root Sports Northwest. The NFL released the Seahawks schedule for the 2023 campaign. Seattle will have 3 primetime games, including Thanksgiving. The regular season kicks off September 9th against the Rams, then at Detroit, and then home against Carolina. October, Monday Night Football at the Giants, then they're at Cincinnati and home against both Arizona and Cleveland. Following games at Baltimore, and then they're home against the Commanders and at the Rams. Then Seattle will host San Francisco on Thanksgiving night and then play at Dallas the following Thursday. December, brutal. At San Francisco, home against Philadelphia, at Tennessee, and then home against Pittsburgh. Ouch. And then Seattle will wrap up the regular season in Arizona for the first weekend in January. For the 7th time in the last 9 years, Wenatchee wins the District Boys Championship. They're going to have to get a bigger trophy case. Shawnee Vega scored 2 goals in Wenatchee's 3-1 victory over Eastmont in the championship game last night. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wiesen with the call right here on the NCW Live channel.
Collier, Reyes, back to Collier. Up the field for Vega, Vega, goal, 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 goal! Johnny Vega for the Wenatchee Panthers. 29 minutes, 29 seconds, and Wenatchee takes the lead, Matt Wiesen.
just a smooth touch in the box there. That to get that turn and to put that ball on your shooting foot without taking a second touch was just a real class move right there.
Eastmont bench looking for the foul call, non-forthcoming. And there's the second try, and that should count. That should definitely count. Russell jumping up and down. There's Edgar, the shot, and a funny bounce nonetheless. A brilliant stop by Mr. Russell. There's Wenatchee down the flank. Alex Sanchez into the box, penalty. A penalty. Sanchez and Vega and Sanchez. There's the whistle, right-footed shot, and it's 2-0. Wenatchee, Chani Vega, second personal tally. Collier. Anthony Garcia, give and go with Chani. Into the box, Garcia, Anthony Garcia. What a touch! What a touch by Anthony Garcia. It's Edgar Leon taking care of this free kick. 4 on the wall. The wall looks a little close to me, Matt Wisen.
He marked it off, but it does look close.
Yeah. There's a shot. Oh, my goodness! Oh, what a strike! What a strike! Edgar Leon. Heel touch back to Mejia. Nicely done. Long ball. Cristian Maldonado right on the line. Right on the line. Yep, he messed up. It's an indirect free kick. 70 minutes, 50 seconds. Edgar Leon. The instructions, the shot, and it sails over the crossbar. Edgar Leon trying to make a path. Charge from behind, whistle on the play, foul called. Similar distance for his prodigious right foot. There's Leon, bounces off the wall. Sanchez, not a major worry for Russell. And the stop by Mr. Russell. And there's the whistle that says that Wenatchee are district champions after defeating Eastmont in East Wenatchee by a score of 3-1.
It was definitely tough, and we knew coming into this it was going to be like this. You know, we won one, they won one, and it's just always a battle with them. So we give them a lot of respect, and they definitely earn it on the field.
Great contest, very physical. They were trying to play their game. We didn't get caught like the last time we played them, or last 2 times where we got caught into their style. We stayed in our style of play. A real possession on the floor game, let our forwards do what forwards do, and score goals.
So the Panthers are off to state again for Eastmont. It's a must-win game Saturday against Davis. The Pirates eliminated Sunnyside last night 4-3 in a penalty kick shootout. Saturday's game at Wildcat Stadium will get going at 4 o'clock. Leave off the field of the Apple Bowl is going to be a busy place. 3 soccer games Saturday in the District 6 AB tournament. It begins at 3 o'clock. That's when Tenaska takes on Brewster. That's followed by Chelan and Bridgeport at 5. And then the championship game, Quincy and Cascade, Saturday night at 7 o'clock. The District 6 4A baseball tournament is today at 5 o'clock. 2 venues. West Valley hosts Moses Lake. That's for the championship. Eastmont will host Davis in a loser-out game at Dan White Field. The winner between the Wildcats and the Pirates will travel to either Moses Lake or West Valley tomorrow at 1 o'clock for a last chance game to make it to state. Cashmere and Chelan face crossover games for a shot at state tomorrow at 1 o'clock. The Bulldogs will host Medical Lake, and the Goats will play at Lakeside out of 9 Mile Falls. It used to be 8 Mile Falls, and they remeasured it. The winners advance to state, while the losers' season will come to an end. Baseball, Brewster and Tenasket already know they're heading for the state 2B tournament, but they'll play at Recreation Park tomorrow at noon for the district championship. Waterville-Mansfield takes on Riverside Christian for the District 6 1B title today at 4:30. That'll be in Dryden. The winner will advance to the state tournament. The loser's season is over. Softball, Quincy swept Cascade in Caribou Trail League yesterday in a doubleheader. The Jackrabbits won the opener 22-2 and the nightcap 14-4. The regular season Big 9 title is on the line today in Moses Lake. The undefeated Mavericks take on the undefeated Wildcats. This will be a good one. Game 1 of the doubleheader starts at 4 o'clock. Wenatchee will host its final home games of the regular season today at Walla Walla Point Park when they'll take on Sunnyside. OMAC wraps up their regular season in CTL play tomorrow in Cashmere, with the first of 2 games getting underway at 11 a.m. And finally, the semifinals of the District 6 2B softball tournament is today. Orville visits Okanagan and Brewster hosts Lake Roosevelt, and they both start at 4:30. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this 12th day of May for the obscure holiday. I could have chosen International Nurses Day. We'll get to that in just a minute. It's National Limerick Day. I got a good one for you, but I can't say it on television. It's National Nutty Fudge Day, but today we celebrate that little thing in the middle of your dashboard, the odometer. The odometer. It's World Odometer Day. The word odometer is Greek in origin. Half of it means path. The other half means measure. You put the two together, you got odometers. The first real odometer was invented by Mormon pioneers on their way west. In 1847, Bill Clayton invented what he called his roadometer, which was measuring exactly how far they were traveling each day, and it was very accurate. The modern odometer for the automobile goes back to the beginning of the automobile, quite simply, and it's a nice tool to have. How far am I going before my next oil change? Now, today's digital odometers will tell you that. You just says, hey, it's been this many miles since you had this done to your car or that done to your car. I had one automobile, kind of like the picture that you see there. I was about ready, it was going to be a milestone. It might have been 100,000 miles. And I thought, okay, when I get to that, I'm going to pull over and take a picture when I get to exactly 100,000 miles in my car. And then you forgot. You don't look at the odometer very much. You just don't. You look at the speedometer. Well, you're supposed to anyway. Happy National Odometer Day today for your obscure holiday. It's the bottom of the hour. Today in history. There they go, the Donner Party. They're off. They're leaving Independence, Missouri on their way west to start a new life. In the new frontier of the western United States, the Donner Party departed on this date in 1846. Here we go. Here we go. Normally, Independence, Missouri was where most of these wagon trains, of course, began their journey westward. Depending on the weather and what path you took, it usually took about 4 to 6 months. The Donner Party, about halfway through, when they got to Utah, they decided to take a shortcut, which turned into a long cut, which turned into all kinds of issues that we won't get into right now. The Donner Party, they're on their way. More on this later. On this date in 1865, 158 years ago, and a month after the Confederate armies surrendered to the Union Army at the Appomattox Courthouse in Virginia, the last battle of the Civil War took place. The Battle of Palomito Ranch, just outside of Brownsville, Texas, way down at the very bottom of Texas. Both the commanders, the Confederate commander and the Union commander, they knew that the war was over. They had already gotten word, but for some reason, the commander of the Union Army, Colonel Theodore Barrett, ordered an attack on the Confederacy. Nobody knows why. It's been lost to history. The gravestone that you see there, as you can see on the screen, belongs to Union Private John J. Williams of the 34th Indiana, the last man killed, thought to be killed, in the Civil War. Again, the attack happened a month after the Civil War, for all intents and purposes, ended. And by the way, the last battle of the Civil War on this date in 1865 was a Confederate victory. 91 years ago today, 10 weeks after Charles Lindbergh Jr. was abducted from his parents' home in New Jersey, just about 4.5 miles from their parents' home, a truck driver and his partner pulled over by the side of a dirt road in a little meadow because he had to go to the bathroom, and he went behind a tree, and before he could do his business, he looked down and found the body of Charles Jr., just 4.5 miles from Lindbergh's home, 10 weeks after his abduction. This story captivated the nation for a very, very long time. They found the body 91 years ago today. And let's roll tape of one of the most remarkable at-bats in Major League Baseball history, which took place at Dodger Stadium. There's Alex Cora. That's a foul ball. That's another foul ball from Alex Cora. That would be foul ball number 2, foul ball number 3, foul ball number 4, foul ball number 5, foul ball number 6. Alex Cora batting and battling. Foul ball number 7, foul ball number 8. On the next pitch, however, watch what happens. It's a foul ball. Number 9, foul ball number 10. By this time, the crowd is getting into it. They start putting the foul balls up on the scoreboard. They're starting to cheer, even though nothing is actually going on. So they're going, wait a minute, what's happening here? This at-bat is taking a very long time, and Alex Cora keeps hitting foul balls off poor Matt Clement of the Chicago Cubs. But on the very next pitch, after 9 consecutive foul balls, it's it's foul ball. Foul ball from Alex Cora. Now the crowd and the bench are really getting into it. This is kind of getting pretty cool. 10 consecutive foul balls? Does anybody keep track of these things? Well, nowadays they do, but who knows what the record is for most consecutive foul balls. If it's 10, then Alex Cora just tied the record for most consecutive foul balls. I don't know if this could actually happen anymore. Now they have the pitch clock, but who knows if this could happen. Anyway, back into the box for Alex Cora. Whew. All right, I have a feeling that he's actually going to get this one into play after 10 consecutive foul balls. Clement winds up in a pitch, and it's foul ball. Wow, okay. That's, 11 in a row now? Oh, Matt Clement's arm is about ready to fall off, and now the crowd at Dodger Stadium is starting to really get into it. So let's take a breath here a little bit. What are we at now, 11 consecutive foul balls? Something like that. It's amazing what can get people going, even though nothing is really going on here. Matt Clement is going to step off the rubber here. He's going to reset. Whew, okay. Here we go. Alex Cora steps up, timeout. Going to take a little breather here. Okay, reset. Where are we at now? 11 consecutive foul balls, I believe? I believe we're at 11 consecutive foul balls. I've since lost track of this place. Yes, foul balls now getting a standing ovation at Chavez Ravine. All right, he's back into the box. And the Clement wind up and the pitch, and I believe it's a foul ball. Yes, foul ball. Don't throw it into the stands. That's history, buddy. Where are we at now? Okay, so that was 14 consecutive foul balls by Alex Cora. And on the 18th pitch of the at-bat, after 14 consecutive foul balls, this happened.
The 18th pitch. High fly ball into right field. Back goes Sosa. Way back to the gate. It's gone. Home run, Alex Cora on the 18th pitch. And the Dodgers lead 4-0. Oh, what a moment.
Baseball, that's why I love it. Happened on this day 19 years ago. Today, let's do some birthdays. I mentioned it's International Nurses Day, Florence Nightingale. When you're a nurse, and if you're a nurse, you know that, when you go into the job, you take the Nightingale Pledge, which means you promise to do your job as good as you possibly can. And the Florence Nightingale Medal is the highest award any nurse can get anywhere. Florence Nightingale started in modern nursing, born in the state in 1820. Another heavenly birthday, Katharine Hepburn. Nobody has more Best Actress Oscars than she. She's got 4 of them. Sorry, Meryl Streep. She was nominated for 12 Oscar nominations, all of them for Best Actress, the great Katharine Hepburn, born in the state in 1907. Another heavenly birthday, Lawrence Peter Yogi Berra. When I was on vacation in Arizona back in February, I read a great biography of Yogi Berra, unbelievably underappreciated as a Major League Baseball player. 10 World Championships, all with the Yankees. Nobody has more. 18 times an All-Star, 3 times the MVP of the American League, 22 appearances in the World Series as a player or as a coach or as a manager. Unbelievable. Baseball Hall of Fame, 1972. 90% of baseball is physical. The other half is mental. We love you, Yogi. We miss him. He was born 98 years ago today. And Steve Winwood, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Spencer Davis Group, Traffic, Blind Faith, and Solo. He's 75 years old today. Mike Mignotti's got an opinion. I don't know what. I'm sure it's worth your time. And then Erica Moshi, who runs the Brave Warrior Project, has a brand new home and a fundraiser coming up. We love talking to Erica, and you're going to like that conversation. That's coming up, too. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
My name is Anna Marie. I've lived at Prestige here for 6.5 years, and I love it. They just made you feel so welcome. I love my room. I get 3 meals a day, do as I darn well want to. I've loved it ever since I moved in.
Mom's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She deserved the very best, and I got it for her here at Prestige.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, late for a meeting.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, my grandson Alan asked me recently, he asked me this question. He said, how do you define success? Well, and I told him that I wanted to be a good husband and father and grandfather. I said I wanted my friends to consider me a worthwhile and dependable buddy. And I wanted at least one person in my life to say I helped them to be a better person. Now, Alan said, well, that was interesting. He said, it was interesting that I hadn't mentioned anything material like a big house or a fancy car. And I said that those things were okay, there's nothing wrong with them, but the relationships that we have in our life, that's what makes life meaningful and brings fulfillment. Now, what I didn't tell Alan is that I'm going to depend on his financial acumen to support me in my dotage. Well, that bit of info can wait. This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
It's the Smoke on the Water All-Class Car Show, Saturday, May 20th in Manson on the shores of Lake Chelan.
Admission is free.
See it all. Classic cars, hot rods, vintage cars, rat rods, trucks, and imports. Enter your vehicle Friday at the pre-registration party at Wine Girl Wine starting at 3, or enter online at moretomanson.com. Smoke on the Water All-Class Car Show in Manson, May 20th.
Sponsored by Jerry's Auto Supply.
And presented by Wine Girl Wines and the Manson Chamber of Commerce.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Experience memories that will last forever on a Sun Chaser pontoon boat from Bob File Boats and Motors. If you're looking to get out fishing with your buddies or just enjoying time on the water with friends, a Sun Chaser pontoon boat is a great choice. Owning a Sun Chaser is more than just an incredible feeling of freedom and exhilaration. It's about taking that indulgence to the next level. See the full line of Sun Chaser pontoon boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com. At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
You are ready to earn your BSN degree, and we know you need a special place to take the next step in your career. You are an engaged learner who needs modern labs and equipment, hands-on support, and small class sizes. You're a busy adventurer who needs trees, mountains, rivers, and trails. As a learner, as a future RN, as an adventurer, find it in the BSN program at Wenatchee Valley College.
Welcome back to the program. Good news, good news, good news. Regarding the Brave Warrior Project, Erica Moshe is my guest once again, the first ever Grand Marshal of the Youth Parade. She was also honored at the All-Service Club Luncheon during the Apple Boston Festival. And Erica, I'm guessing those two events, plus of course doing my highly rated show, has kind of given you guys an even higher profile than you had just 2 weeks ago.
Absolutely. It was a great event. There were a lot of people, a lot of community members that we were able to share our mission with and share a little bit about what we do and the good work we're doing here in the community. You were in the parade. Was that your first parade you were actually in? Yes, it was actually. It was the first parade I was in. I was able to sit in the convertible. The drivers were amazing. Our participants got to follow behind, which they were super excited. It was the first time we've been able to participate. It was just a great day. It was so beautiful out. The sun was shining, and it sounds like there was like a record number of people there. So it was a really good event. What's it like to, and I know I've done it, what's it like to sit in the back of a convertible and just kind of wave at people that you can't really make eye contact with? Yeah, it was really fun. It was fun to see everybody out, fun to hear everybody kind of shouting for our participants, people we knew, people we didn't know, so it was really fun. And then you were honored at the All-Service Club Luncheon as well. I was, yes. They gave us an award, let me talk a little bit about the Brave Warrior Project and the good work we're doing, and it was a wonderful event. And so now, more people than ever know about the Brave Warrior Project, and good news number 2, new campus, new facility. You moved, you got out of the old Wenatchee World printing press section of the old building, which was it was a cavern. It was windowless, it was soulless. It was a room that was designed to put a printing press in and not to have your organization involved in. You've teamed up with the good folks at Dovex who have given you beautiful space down here right next to Walla Walla Point Park. Talk about this brand new home for the Brave Warrior Project. Yes, the Wenatchee World building was a blessing. It gave us our start and allowed us to do what we knew we were going to do and set out to do. But this campus definitely is wonderful. We're right next to Walla Walla Park. We have a beautiful outside area. The inside is just phenomenal with lots of natural light. We've been able to run multiple programs, which is something we weren't able to do at our old space. So we run multiple programs now each day, which is huge. We serve about 100 participants a month come through our doors. Was that record numbers for you guys now? Yes, and it just continues to grow. Is that because you have this new facility now that you're able to accept more clients and more patrons? Great question. So I believe it's a couple things. So yes, the new facility allows us to do that, but also I just think the word is getting out about the work we're doing, and we've built that trust, and we're building quality programs for the individuals we serve. And I think that is something that has really it hasn't been available. And so I think families are recognizing how great it is and the quality that we're providing, and so more families are coming and participating. So. It's funny because the one thing that hasn't changed from the last time Eric and I visited at their old facility, you still got a bunch of great kids and adults coming up and smiling and just glad to see us and glad to see you and glad to be a part of it. That vibe hasn't changed. No, if anything, it's even more so than before. Our participants absolutely love NCW life, being on the news. They love it when you guys visit. They loved the parade. I mean, it's just such a happy environment. I mean, to come to work every day is a blessing. I just get excited, I smile. I'll be in my office writing a grant and I'll hear or smell cooking or hear the laughter, and it's just so, it just warms my heart. Your old facility was one big room which presented problems for you, like the chill room, for instance. At the old building wasn't really a room, it was a corner of the big room, but now you have a separate room
just for that purposes, and separate rooms for individual purposes. And that's critical, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. We have a participant that participates in respite that needs that really calm, quiet, low light environment. And we have like bubble tubes. We actually have a couple participants that love that room. And so it's been really great to have that separate from the other rooms. It's quiet. We can shut the door. It stays quiet. They're able to really enjoy that and just really experience that sensory experience. So
you moved in October, and I'm sorry I haven't been here, since you moved in. That's my bad. But it probably took you a little while to get settled in. Where does everything go? Where does this room go? Where does that thing go?
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out where everything goes, but we get pretty creative. They've been really great with us regarding storage, but we're growing, and we're obtaining more sensory equipment, which is larger in nature, and we're just excited to be here.
Yeah, this you can just tell just by seeing you here.
Yeah.
And again, nothing against the landlords who bought the Wenatchee World building. They're free to do whatever they want to with it, and they gave you a great deal, but it just wasn't ideal for your work.
Exactly. Yeah, no, this is great. This is exactly what kind of our vision is for our future, is to have a home-like setting with an outdoor space where we can access the outdoors on beautiful days like this. And so it's been a blessing.
I know you haven't had a chance to visit Walla Walla Point Park, which is literally probably 25 feet from where we're standing. You're going to be able to do that. You'll be able to take your clients out and enjoy beautiful days and do the park, which you could not do before when you were downtown.
Exactly, and we just recently received a grant where we were able to purchase 2 adaptive bikes, one called the Duet, where an individual that might not be able to ride a bike can sit in the front while the parent or whoever rides the bike on the loop trail here, and we also have a trike style bike for participants, and so we're excited to get that going here on the loop trail, so it's just a win-win for us.
Fresh air and sunshine.
Can't beat it.
You can't beat it. And you can't beat fresh air and sunshine on Sunday, the 21st day of May. It is the annual Superhero Walk. It's one of your big fundraisers. I noticed that Wonder Woman seems to be a popular superhero from years past.
Yes, Wonder Woman has. This is going to be probably our biggest event this year. We have Batman coming, Walt the Wild, I heard rumor he's coming. We have a whole bunch of characters that will be there. It'll be a family-friendly event. Columbia Valley Brewery has been so gracious to donate from 11 to 1 hamburgers, all by donation, hamburger, chips, hot dogs, and a drink. So you can go by, even if you don't participate in the walk, you can go by and grab a hamburger, and that's a way to support the Brave Warrior Project. We'll do a short presentation and then a 3K walk, and then there will be games, face painting. There is it's not necessarily a dunk tank, but a target that you can throw, and it'll dump water on one of our daring volunteers. It's really going to be a fun event. So
again, it's Sunday, May 21st at the bottom of 5th Street at the Sternwheeler Park. There is where everybody's going to gather. Not a competition. It's just a fundraiser, but people are encouraged to dress up as their favorite superhero.
Yes, and we will have a team that's going to be judging the best adult costume, best child and costume, and they'll win a little prize. We're CrowdRise funding right now for the event, so we don't do registration for the event. What we do is online on our social media, our website, you can find where you can create a team or donate to our Brave Warrior Project participants teams. Our goal is $25,000. We're about $7,000 right now, so we got a little ways to go, but we're super excited. And if you want to support our great cause and our participants and let us continue doing the work that we're doing, you can go to our website or Facebook page and donate to the Brave Warrior Project team.
And it's a pretty, I like that you don't have to register. You just show up and participate it. But the idea of the crowd fundraising was a great idea. You throw in $50 and you get 5 friends to throw in $50, and before you know it, you're on your way.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Smart marketing move.
Thank you.
What's next for the Brave Warrior Project? Now that you have a new home and you have the superhero walk coming up, what's next on the agenda down the road?
You know, our work is really just building the programs, and we have our adult program is growing at a phenomenal rate, and so we're increasing the amount of days and times, and so just really focusing on how we can accommodate the overwhelming need here. And then we're also focusing on our expansion into Lake Chelan. Doing a small little chapter of Brave Warrior Project there so we can offer some of the services so families don't have to drive 2.5, 3 hours to our location. Not that we don't love that, but just trying to eliminate another barrier for those families that live in like Okanagan County and Lake Chelan area. So
is this almost like a dream come true? I mean, who'd have thought all these years ago when you launched the Brave Warrior Project, because the need was there, and your son with autism, a fairly severe autistic individual,
and now it's this. I mean, it's just like, wow, kind of thing.
I actually was just talking to my husband about that the other day. I never imagined. I knew that there was a need. I never imagined the overwhelming need, and just to be able to support that need and give our folks a place to go, our participants a place to go, a safe place to go, friends, just everything that we're offering. I can't even believe where we're at, but I know that there's that need and that we're serving it, and we're serving it well, and we couldn't do it without our community support. So
absolutely, and you can help out again on Sunday, the 21st day of May. Just show up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Is that it?
Yeah, 1 o'clock for the walk. And if you don't want to participate in the walk and you want to support us, you can go to Columbia Valley Brewery from 11 to 1 in their parking lot. They're going to be serving the hot dogs and hamburgers and drinks for all by donation, and all proceeds go to us. So.
And it seems like from what I've seen in the years past, people seem to enjoy the walk, don't they?
Yes. Yeah, we usually have a pretty big turnout, and hopefully this year it'll be even bigger with all that we're doing, all of our efforts. So.
Brave Warrior Project. All you got to do is Google it, Brave Warrior Project. Nothing else will come up except Erica's organization, and I love the new building, by the way.
Thank you.
The new old building, so to speak. But this home is going to do wonders for your organization.
It really is. Thank you.
It's amazing what that does, doesn't it?
It is, yes.
Erica Moshe, always good to see you, and we'll be right back.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held June 24th, 2023. Pick your thrill from 4 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, the Lake Loop, or the Butte Blast. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan 2023, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
Hi everybody, Dan Kuntz alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. There's ice on my heat pump and under my heat pump.
Well, ice under your heat pump is normal. When we go into a defrost cycle, it melts the frost off, creates water, which freezes to the ground. Ice around your heat pump is a thing that you should probably give us a call about.
Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air for heat and air. Call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks.
It is a drop-dead gorgeous Friday morning, and it's looking pretty good for the weekend, unless you don't like the wind. It is going to be a little breezy on Saturday and downright windy on Mother's Day. But it's such a beautiful morning. We have a couple seconds, so we thought we'd take one more quick tour around north central Washington with our PTZ cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi division. If you're not familiar with Sky-Fi, it's pretty cool. You can have screaming fast internet at your cabin or at your home or really any place. If you don't have fiber run to your house or whatever the case may be, you might be eligible for Sky-Fi, which means you get it just via the air. Man, technology. It's a beautiful thing, although it scares me sometimes. Good morning to the valley from our Wenatchee Heights camera. We're off to camera number 2. I think we're using the same ones that we did at the start of the show. Yep, that's the Hay Canyon camera looking out over Cashmere. And as I already mentioned, the Wenatchee River at Monitor is down about 4 feet from where it was last week, but with the upcoming heat, and there's still snow in the upper elevations at 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 feet that will be melting rapidly. The Wenatchee River, and the Antioch River for that matter, is going to go right back up again, going to be cold and going to be high, and it's probably going to start happening today. Camera 3, same cameras, yep, Lake Antioch chimes in, the Columbia River, the reservoir behind Rocky Ridge Dam. You can see a little bit of the dam Way off in the right-hand corner of your screen and way off in the distance is Mission Ridge, where the snow continues to recede, like my hairline. And finally, camera 4. Up to Billy Goat we go. All the snow is gone there, and look how green it is up there. Of course, they had more snow, cooler temperatures, so it took a little while, longer anyway, for the snow to dissipate up in the Okanagan area than it did here in the Wenatchee Valley. And that's why they still are in a vibrant green there. Good morning to our friends up in Okanagan County from high top Billy Goat. That camera's at about 4,500 feet above sea level. It's up there. Meanwhile, down here at about 600 feet above sea level, here's your forecast. Sunshine today, nice light breeze, beautiful. High of 83, get out and enjoy. By the way, if you do go anywhere this weekend, take us along. We're portable. We stream on our website. 56 for the overnight low tonight. The story tomorrow is going to be a little wind, not too bad. Wind will be about 10 to 15 miles an hour with a high of about 88 degrees. The wind will be picking up in intensity on Sunday. For Mother's Day, I think we can call it windy. We're talking winds in the afternoon at about 20 miles an hour with gusts above 30 at times on Mother's Day with a high of 88. And then the winds die down, but the heat returns and sticks around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Have a fantabulous weekend. For all of you mothers out there on Mother's Day, happy birthday. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.